Yesterday, Donald Trump fired the acting Attorney General, Sally Yates. Oh, and Twitter blew up. Oh, social media very upset that Donald Trump firing an Obama appointee. President Trump fired the acting Attorney General, Sally Yates, Monday night for refusing to enforce a legal order designed to protect the citizens of the United States, the White House said. Quote, Yates has betrayed the Department of Justice. Trump didn't call Yates to dismiss her. She was informed by a hand-delivered letter. According to an administration official, the dramatic move came soon after CNN reported Yates told the Justice Department lawyers not to make legal arguments defending Trump's executive orders on immigration and refugees. Move set up a clash between the White House and Yates, who was appointed by President Obama and was set to serve until Senator Jeff Sessions, Trump's nominee for Attorney General, is confirmed. Yates said, my responsibility is to ensure the position of the Department of Justice not legally defensible, but also informed by our best view that of what the law is after consideration of all the facts, she said in a letter. In addition, I am responsible for ensuring that these positions we take in court remain consistent with this institution's solemn obligation to always seek justice and stand for what is right. Now, a lot of people came down on Donald Trump for this and said President Trump was wrong for firing, that he made this political. The Justice Department has always been political. Okay? The Attorney General is appointed by the President of the United States. There's politics involved. The Attorney General is confirmed or not confirmed by the Senate. It's political. For Sally Yates, and apparently she was just, a few days away from stepping down, and there is some evidence that she never would have, been able to defend these anyway because Sessions will be approved by Wednesday. But it doesn't matter. If Yates didn't feel as though she could do the job, then she would needed to resign. But instead, what she did was grandstand. She wanted to be a hero of the left. Who knows? Maybe she wants to run for something. And it also came just hours after the former president of the United States, only after 10 days, after leaving the White House, Barack Obama chimes in, which I think, and I talked about it this morning in the morning brief on YouTube. I'm sorry, folks. That's pathetic. Whether you supported Barack Obama or not, him speaking out against the current administration only 10 days in is pathetic. To me, it shows exactly, just another example, really, of just what kind of person he is. And it shows that Democrats are all for divided government. I know a lot of people were upset at George W. Bush when he left office, and there are people who email me every single time I talk about George W. Bush and go, I'm tired of the Bushes. But when George W. Bush walked away from the White House, when he walked away from the Oval Office, he did the right thing. You didn't hear from him. He didn't criticize the administration. He didn't criticize the Obama administration. He walked away and he stayed silent. He said, this is on the new president. It's not good for the nation. And this was Bush's thoughts. It's not good for the nation to have a former president come in and critique the current administration. It's not good for the country. And he's exactly right. When all you hear about is how we need unity in the United States, we need to get together, we need to come together, and you have the former president of this country, a guy who is still the standard bearer for a party that is in absolute disarray, the leader of the party that is they've completely lost their minds on that. They are not accepting of Donald Trump. They will not be accepting of Donald Trump. They want to march every day. They are part of the resistance. They call themselves the resistance to Donald Trump. And for him to speak out after 10 days and then hours later, his appointee to the Department of Justice says, I'm not going to enforce the new president's law. I'm not going to enforce the current president's executive order. I'm sorry. That's fishy. That's divided government. Again, not putting on the tinfoil hat, but a former president speaking out this soon, while a lot of his people are still running different parts of this government, and they side with him over the current president. That's two governments. And you're getting in a real dangerous spot at that point. And so, yeah, guess what? She needed to go. She had to go. She's not supposed to swear loyalty to Barack Obama. Barack Obama is no longer president of the United States. It's a fact that some Democrats can't handle, and apparently Sally Yates was one of them. Let's go to the phones. Jay, you're on KFYO.
Hey, Chad. I appreciate you saying what you said about W, about backing off and keeping his mouth shut. His dad did the same thing.
Yes.
But if you remember, Bill Clinton chimed in constantly while George W. Bush was president.
Yep.
We're going to have the same thing out of Obama. And you're right, that acting AG had to go. Her job was to defend the Constitution and follow the wishes of the president that's in the office now. Not what she believed, not what she liked, not what she wanted. It's black and white. You don't get to make those decisions. You have to follow the direction you're given. There's lots of things in my job that I didn't like, but I did what I was told because that's what I agreed to do.
Yeah.
And, we've got all of these liberals that think that, 6 months ago when the Republicans were going like, hey, we're not doing this. Oh, you're obstructionists. Nowadays, when the Democrats are doing it, it's, hey, we're exercising our constitutional rights, and this is the way it's supposed to be. And I'm tired of the hypocrisy.
Absolutely. I'm with you.
It's sad. I heard you talking about the executive orders, if you think they've gone too far. From what I've seen that he's done so far is like with immigration. He's just directed the agencies to follow the law.
Yeah.
What he has done has not been anything like Obama. He's not trying to make law. He's trying to see that the current laws are enforced.
Well, and there's an article, and I won't have time to get to it today. I'll try to get to it tomorrow. A lot of the executive orders aren't really executive orders. They're memos, they're letters, they're directions. It's not. And I understand where some people are getting a little bit worried because Trump has done a lot. He's done a lot in the first week by what they call executive order, when many of these are executive memos and letters and directions. They're not all executive order. He's not creating laws like Barack Obama was.
Yeah, he's just directing what is already on the books to be followed and carried out.
Yeah, I just, I think what some people are worried about is that he's going to get too executive order happy, and we're not going to see anything from the Republican Congress. And I don't think he'll get to that point. I think that, probably after this next week, things are going to kind of cool down coming from the pen and paper, and that we'll hopefully start seeing some legislation start moving in the Senate and in the House.
I couldn't agree with you more, and that's my hope as well.
Yeah. Jay, thank you.
Thank you, Chad.
Appreciate it.
Bye.